Well, I still have this crazy cough. Can't get rid of it. It is impacting my ohms, but that's okay. Whatever it is, and we just move through like this infinity sign of the cycles, and they just continue. And here we are, all connected and all separate, and all just oh, good stuff. A heated pad yoga practice. I could write a book on the advantages of doing yoga at home this way, and that is one of them. Having your heating pads has really like amped up the level of, I mean, we all have memories of being in the studio in Shavasana, and you just start to get cold, and the floor is cold, and you don't know what to do, and oh, it's almost over. Should I get a blanket? No, I'm just going to power through. But then, you're out of it. So, and that's all this as well, right? So that's why we just continue to practice and invite in presence. And here we go. So, taking your comfortable seat as you are, lengthen yourself nice and tall. And exhale this breath with reverence, bow your chin. Release your jaw, soften into your sit. Even smile. And joining the palms at your heart or on your heart. And acknowledging that here we are again. Even if this is your first practice, your millionth practice, we come to the mat as a beginner every time. With playfulness and curiosity and our deep inner presence. Before we move on from this, just become aware of the parts of you resting on the earth. The grounding. And then feel into the flow of your breath as it is, and maybe even the movements in your body as you breathe. Feel the energy between your hands or hands at heart. And on your next inhale, lengthen tall once again. Release this breath through your mouth. And we'll chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna change the camera, but you're gonna have your chair at the wall. So adjust yourself however you need to be. Bye, heart. Have fun at work. Okay, and then, if you want to protect your paint or something, sometimes, if you have an extra blanket, you can just throw it over the back of the chair, although probably okay. All right, and then let's put a blanket on the seat. Might be going over too many blankets for you, but so if you have to choose, do one over the seat so that you stay warm. Okay, and then I'm going to bring the bolster right beside. We're going to start with calves resting on the chair. So I have the bolster here just in case I need it. I have another blanket here, and the heating pads are both occupied. Otherwise, I would have one down. Okay, and then just flip your calves onto the chair. Here's where you might want the bolster. So as you come in, if you're like, this doesn't feel right or the height's not right, then you can always lift your hips and put the bolster underneath, and that might soothe things. Oh my gosh, as I do it, I'm like, that feels amazing. So I'm going to stay with the bolster here. Do what works. If you have socks, you want to put them on. That's all good. Oh my goodness, friends. Okay, and then surrender, 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 surrender. Let the breath start to relax. Feel the shoulders resting. If you have a bolster, you're going to feel the shoulders make more deeper contact to the floor. Let the jaw go. Let's take a few more moments here for yourself. Just inviting in this idea of softening. Heart to the earth, hips to the earth, legs, your hip crease. Hopefully there's no tension or stress and you can soften. And if that's a hard concept, take your thumbs and just get right into that hip crease for a few moments and just feel like things tight here. Can I soften that? It's a practice. Even just waking up our awareness to these places in our body is the practice. Okay. Notice if you have your eyes closed or they're open. I'm going to ask everyone to just let your eyes open or, about halfway. And wherever your gaze rests, just look without seeing. Just let it be this place that you're just resting your eyes. And as you let the eyes just be, can you refocus into this idea of resting? Back of the head. Just keeping the eyes as they are, jaw soft. Okay. I'm going to bend the knees and place the soles of the feet on the edge of the chair, right in the center of your foot. Okay, so I have the blanket there. It might come off. It's all fine. I'm just going to press into this chair with the center line of your feet. And then we're going to start to just lift the tailbone. And you don't need to come up. Like it could just be an action that's happening from pressing the feet in. Maybe just the tailbone. It's just like a pelvic tilt. It's not a lift. Okay, good. And then now just bring the feet, maybe they might not rest right on the top of the chair, but just as if you're pointing your feet. So you still have, maybe the heels at the edge of the chair, and just bring the rest of the foot down. And I'll soften the tailbone down. You might get a little arch in your back here. Okay, we're just going to do that a few times. So it's almost like you're flexing your feet, pressing into the chair like a tail lift. I'm going to take the bolster out here, but you could keep it in if you like. Just give me a little bit more feedback, and then point the feet so the toes might rest on the chair seat, and release the tail. Good, and just do that one more time. So we're just moving the tailbone, really putting your mind there as that little action. All right. Okay, so Now, so I've taken the bolster out, flat on my back. Maybe you might want to do that too, or you can keep the bolster. This time we're going to lift up as high as your body wants to go to, so, or right now. I'm just going to flex the feet, push in, start to let the hips lift. Oh, here comes the dog picture. And then you might even place the foot, like you're pointing the foot. So now you're here. Get one more breath. And then lower all the way down, maybe from the top to the bottom. Good. Release. Let's take a full breath in and out. You can put the calves back on the chair if you like for a moment or two. Rest. Okay, and then we're going to do that again. So I'm going to place the center line of the foot on the edge of the chair, like the feet are flexed. I feel the tailbone lift and come up. Maybe the head adjusts, and then I'm bringing the tops of the feet, onto the, like we've been doing, and then breathe here. Get one more breath. And then again with luxury of being able to lower all the way down. And then if you want to stretch your legs once again and just rest. Beautiful. Breathe. Good. Okay. I'm going to keep the right calf on the chair. Take the left foot. See if you can maybe, it's not going to stretch down. I was going to stretch it underneath the chair, but there's a wall there, of course. So you know what? I'm just going to drop that left knee into Baddha Konasana. So it's bent. I've just dropped it to the floor. You can put your bolster there underneath, block. Good. Okay, now this right leg that's here, I'm just going to turn it so that it's almost like I'm in a Baddha Konasana, both knees, the right knee's dropping out, the left knee's on the floor. Okay, so you just, so that's it. I just turned it. It's resting. At the bottom one doing its thing. I'm going to take the arms over the head. Just let your feet be relaxed. Okay, so here you are. You propped up if you need a little prop or change the angles, whatever you need to do. That left foot, right now it's pretty close to the right groin, but it could be further away. And softening into that right side a little bit more. Let the jaw go or even separate your lips. And I'm just going to bring the drishti, the eye gaze, into this again with soft eyes. So maybe open your eyes just halfway. Eyelids are very relaxed. Whatever you happen to see, you just let that just be what's there. You bring the awareness back inside. And one more breath. Okay. So now I'm just going to lift the left leg up, put it back on the chair. I might even cross the left ankle over the right for a moment, or even shin over shin. And bring a little bit of imbalance in. And then we'll do the second side. So I'll just take the right leg down. And if you need a prop, you put it underneath there and walk it in so it's comfortable, and then turn your left leg. So it's almost like you're in this extended cross-legged, I guess. What we're looking for is just to be aware of the imbalance. Can we release into the left? I'm going to say hip crease, but you might feel it somewhere else. So whatever you notice, it could be the right side. That's where you bring your attention. So again, the eyes are open, soft. Breath is unbound. Soften whatever you can. Even if your shoulders are taking tension, your hands, or else do things show up. Okay. One more full breath and exhale through your mouth. You might notice, oh, let go right now, that place. And then we'll take the right leg and we're just going to cross it over top. So again, we bring in balance. If you need that bolster under your sacrum, you just leave it there or bring it back. Okay. All right, one last time, I'm going to put the feet on the chair here. I'm just going to move the blanket out of the way. Readjust. So if you want to put your arms down, you can. I'm going to keep mine overhead. And then, press in with the flexed feet. The tail will lift. And then once you get up, maybe you put the soles of the feet or the toes on the chair. You might get a little more lift. Okay, if you're interested, I'm going to walk the left foot in and take the right leg up to the sky or maybe overhead and give glory for whatever this is. Good. Oh, beauty. And then we'll switch. Yeah. So you just get a new perspective on your legs and gravity. Good. Okay. Feet to the chair, maybe one little lift. And then lower down with, deep awareness and the spine rolling down. The last part to come down is your tailbone. And then stretch your legs out again and just savor this last moment here in this chair Shavasana. Okay, I'm going to place the soles of the feet on the floor wherever they go, just to move into a windshield wiper. As I'm walking the feet out, my big toe and the second toe are going to just anchor around these chair legs just to get a little extra toe action, I guess. So I've got I don't know if you can see, but the big toe and the second toe are just hugging each chair leg here. And then I'm going to move into windshield wiper. Arms are still overhead if that works. If you don't like the toe thing, that's totally optional. Good. All right. And then bring it into center. Readjust yourself on the floor. Bring your knees into your chest and maybe lift your head and just re-lengthen. Tuck it in. And we'll just rock side to side a little bit. Okay, so if you have your bolster, just move it off to the side now, a little out of the way. And we're going to rock the knees side to side just to get into the center part here. So take the arms out to the side. Your chair should be fine. And then I have the knees together, the feet together. But if that doesn't work for you, then that's fine. Just leave it. And then start to take these knees side to side. You could turn the palms down if you need some more support, or bring the arms down. And you might just be going, a third, or you might go all the way to the floor and back without touching. So you're just hovering above the floor and back a few times. Soften your face and your gaze. Good. Okay, so I started on the right. I'm going to do one more on each side and then come over to the left side and we'll press ourselves up. Yes, take your time. Be a little lightheaded or anything you're experiencing. Yes, beauties. Okay, I'm going to put this back on here and I'm going to let it drape down a little bit. So we're going to take the bolster. It's going to go like that. And then, okay, you might need a block. You might not, but I'm just going to put it here. Let's say I'll move this blanket up. So just for sitting on. And the heating pads, if you're still, I have so many heating pads now. So this can be fun. Is to take your heating pad and you'll just lay it over the bolster here. Okay, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Legs, however you like. once I'm here, this works for me quite nicely. I can put my head back and be quite comfortable. But if not, you just put a block here so that we're here. We've got the shoulder blades are resting into the back of the chair. So that's kind of how you know how high you should sit. If you feel your shoulder blades on the back of the chair here, you're good. And then we'll lengthen, take this little heart opening. So we'll hang out here for a little bit, block behind your head or no block. And then the next place is to take the arms up. So you see if that works, maybe back the hands to the wall, or you can turn your hands, or some of you might vary. Well, that's blanket here, but I'm going to grab the rungs of the chair here on the side and let the elbows open, and that could be very intense. So you pick where you want your hands to go. Here, just walk them to the top. That might be great. Your arms extended, just, or if you need to keep them down, you can even rest your elbows on your bolster here. And then your hands can even rest on your face or anything. We're just looking for more heart opening. So once you kind of found you might not be happy, but you found your place where you can be here, then just imagine, you're just anchoring sit bones, jaw, and maybe we'll add those soft eyes. Okay, so take one more breath. This is just okay, I get this. You're gonna lift your head, you might use your hands. Just take your hands down, and now we're just sitting against the chair. Okay, now just press into the chair with the back of the heart. Push into the chair. You might notice the legs, kind of engage and support it. The tailbone might be doing something. Just push in. Okay, I'm going to take the hands now behind the head, interlace the fingers. And then like you're turning, we're going to turn to so you keep contact with the chair. Push into the chair, turn to the left, give a little peek, and then keep pushing like you're massaging the back. You're going to look to the right. We're just going to do this a few times. If it's too much with the hands, and my head is pushing into the hands and the hands are receiving it. Okay, that's it. We'll just do this a few times. We started on the left, so we're going to end on the right. And then just be here. Keep the hands behind the head. Okay, now let's actually release yourself down into the floor. So your tail's kind of dropping, might be curling in, and then lift yourself up, like as if you're growing nice and tall. We're going to start to take the head back and look up. You don't have to touch the bolster here, you might. Okay, wherever you are here, can you drop the tops of the shoulders down a little bit? That might widen the arms out even more. So you can imagine you can drop from the shoulders and then press out to the elbows. Okay, take lift yourself up from the inside. So we're lifting sides of the waist, belly, even through the low back. One more breath. Good. And then lift your head up. Let's release the hands. Take a little rest as you are. Okay, now feel into the back of the heart that's pressing into the chair. You're gonna push into the chair and invite in almost like a cat pose. You're gonna let your chin drop like you're curling in. The chair might move, but we have it against the wall, so don't worry too much about that. Keep pushing in. Okay, take your hands back and find the legs of the chair. You might go all the way to the second leg. You might go right to the wall. Okay, I'm just gonna pull in. Soften, so you still feel the back of the heart there with the chair. You're curling in. You let the belly move back. Find that place now. You can close your eyes if you like. You're going to find this place where you feel like almost the shoulders relax. Good. Okay. And keep your hands where they are on the chair. Press the tailbone, sit bones down, anchor. Feel yourself lifting up. You know, the shoulders are going to move back, the chin's going to come in. Whatever's happening here is yours. Okay, and then release your hands. If you're ever going to re-interlace the fingers behind the head and just do this like turning side to side, but you're pushing into the chair. Yeah, I'm going to change the cross of my legs here. Okay, now we're going to do a little side bend. So come to center, find the chair there, and now drop the right elbow down to the right. You might even look up, just opening. Release your jaw, soften your eyes, and then roll yourself through. Keep pressing into the chair and come to the other side. Soft eyes. Okay, and then we'll just go side to side. So the head might be turning, getting this nice lift through each side of the ribs, creating some space, grounding, vitality. These good things that come into these places we don't often keep track of. Okay, come to center. Release your hands. Let's take a rest here. Okay, so we're going to come back to that lying we did. So if you used a block, you throw it in. I'm going to put the feet on the floor this time. Kind of get comfy, like, I'm just relaxing on the couch. I'm going to take the head back. Now there's a lift of the heart here. If you need to adjust your props, do that. I'm going to take the hands. I'm going to find, so you go wherever you went before. Maybe you go a little deeper. So the deepest would be holding on to the sides of the chair here, letting the shoulders drop. But if you're holding on to the top of the chair, that's great work too. And you know, wherever it is, different opportunities. So let's say take a different hand position. How's that you did before? Breathe. Find a little bit of pressing into the chair at the back of the heart. So if you're sitting like I am, you might be able to use the feet a little bit. Push down and away. Bring in that nice big breath. And then we're going to soften. So you can put your hands, you know, they can rest on your knees if you like, or behind your head. Anything there that we can just be here for the next 5 breaths or so. And you're just relaxing your insides a little bit. So I guess we're releasing effort. Let's say that. We're just here, just hanging out. Okay, one more breath. Okay, and very slowly, just keep resting against the chair, but maybe the hands come down and legs will straighten, and like you're just waking up. What was that? Okay, and then we're going to come out of this. Good. All right. Yeah, take the block out. Let's leave the bolster where it is, and if you have the heating pad there, that's great. I'm just going to come to, like, we're just hanging. So I have the legs I have my left hip here. You go with whatever works. Okay, I'm going to now put if the head can rest, you might want to throw another block, or you can take a blanket. But if you can be here and okay, then we're just going to soften. You could also sit up on something a little higher. So you just find it. Okay, I always say this, when I come to a side bend, I just want to curl in. So I'm going to walk the hand back, take the head back, and then be here. I'm going to take this right arm, you're going to reach it away from you, flick the wrist, drop your jaw, with the soft eyes. You're pulling the right shoulder away, dropping into the right hip, maybe a little more, and then turn your right palm up, sweep it up and over. And maybe it's going to hit the wall. Maybe you're going to hold on to the chair. You know, you're looking for a place for yourself that we can start to drop and open this right side. So I'm actually going to turn like as if the rib cage the right side of the rib cage wants to go back a little bit. Just looking for space. And at the same time, my friends, this great work of softening through the jaw, through the hips, through whatever's available. So, you know, there's an opening, but it's not stress inducing. Okay, one more full breath. And then just release the right arm first. Maybe you help to hold the head for a moment. And, so you come up very nicely and we just feel that, whatever that was, and you can feel that. Okay, and then we'll do the second side. So I will turn away from you. We'll move the hips. And again, start off with just in this very relaxed place. Automatically, maybe you did it too, that my left leg, I just automatically turn the foot. So it's not on the big toe, it's on the top of the foot. Just me. So that works. Okay, so be here. Take a few moments, adjust if you need a prop, whatever you need. You're going to extend this left arm and drop the head and see how that is. And then you might even move it back a little bit if that's your habit too. And then we'll just extend this left arm, flip the wrist, and pressing that left shoulder away. And here's where we start to, how can we be here, soften in, receive whatever's on offer. And then turning this left palm and sweeping this arm up, and again, be playfully curious. Where do I need to be here? It's going to feel good. So walk that hand around, move your ribs, soften, lengthen. It's all just about creating what you need here. And then softening it. Let the left hip drop. Even the ribs might move to the left a little more. So it's like, how can I receive this opening? And release, release, release. And then we're going to prepare to come out. So again, very slowly, the left hand can come down first. That's going to shift things. You might hold the head for a moment and bring yourself back. Good. Okay. I'm going to turn. We're going to face the chair. All right. So I'm going to open the legs out to the side. I'm going to bring this bolster down. Just move this out of the way. Over here. Okay. And then this is where we're going. So hopefully this works. If this doesn't work, bring yourself in closer or move your feet or find, another blanket or see if I try a block. Oh, that's nice actually. Just put the blocks on top of the bolster. Maybe that's, I'm trying to play. Okay, I'm gonna put the heating pad back. Because why not? And then just bring yourself forward. You can have your head turned or maybe you rest your forehead on your hands. And then let your feet relax, even if they turn out, legs relax, shoulders. I'm actually resting my forehead on the bolster and my arms are going to rest on this chair seat. Maybe you have the forehead resting and you can just surrender into that. Even, feel your eyes, even though they're closed, you can look. Maybe you feel like, oh, I can look right through my third eye, out through the forehead, and then I bring that inner gaze to the back of the skull, the brain stem, and down. Just starting to maybe open the breath a little more. Dropping into your final few breaths here. Maybe deepen them. Surrender your heart space a little more. And then releasing your hands maybe to your thighs or to the floor and pressing yourself up. And then, if you need to fold your legs in, it's all fine. But let's just be here with soft eyes. So the eyes are open about halfway. Just resting and feeling. Okay. All right. I'm just going to place the bolster on top of the chair. Then we're going to go into twists. I'm going to put the left leg underneath. Bring the right leg in, and then put another, whatever you need, you put it there. And can you see? Yeah, my foot is resting on the run. If you might not have a back run, but if you have a back run, it's kind of a nice thing. Okay, so we're going to turn and come forward here. So you decide, if you want to bring the bolster here, or this is okay. It's all good. So that's it. You're in it. There you go. Just dropping in. Okay, so exactly like when we did all the other work today, feel into this, maybe the right hip crease. You can even put your hand there if you like. And just, it's almost like you push it down and turn it out a little bit, just to open and create some space there. And some space to twist into. Or you can even take your, let's say, I'll do one at a time. Let's do that. So I've just got the thumb and the index finger open at the hip crease, and I'm just pushing down and away. Breathe. And then the next adjustment I was going to offer, which you're going to do for yourself, is now to take your hand and you turn it so the palm is like maybe on the center of your thigh, and you do the same thing. Kind of push down and away. Open. So I'm lifting the right shoulder at the same time. Just kind of feel, oh, is that good? Is that what you need? You walk your hand around on the thigh and go back to the hip crease if that's what you need. Okay, so we've been here for a little bit. You're going to deepen the twist. So soft eyes, and you come up like nothing happened, and you might walk the right knee out more to deepen, or maybe you just be with the turning. And then you'll take the right arm first, bring yourself down. Maybe I'll take the left hand behind the back. You could also put the left hand whatever you like, friends. It's all good. You can have the left hand on the floor or a block beside you, and you push in. It's going to deepen your twist. You're just looking for ways to turn the belly, the ribs to the left a little more, and release into this. One more breath. And come up. And come out of this, but stay with the legs. I'm going to open them a little more, and we're coming back to the side bend here. So, if you like the bolster, you could go like that too. All good. So you're just going to find a little side bend here for yourself. So bolster can go that way, can stay here, and use the chair, or just rest. Even just taking the arm over and doing nothing. There's a lot happening. Open the ribs. If it's too much with the hand, just go back to the thigh or the hip crease. Good. Full breath in and exhale. Good. Okay. And then we'll slowly come out. And, we do that without the chair, but you can feel, the repose, I call it. Okay. We'll do all that. Oh, let's take a moment and legs stretch straight, and maybe the feet hit the back rung. And, I'm going to hold on to the chair legs here. And if you don't have a back rung, you have the wall there. So you find the chair legs. We're going to lift ourselves up from the inside, pressing back through the mid belly. Okay, can you get taller? All right, and then we're going to take it to the forward fold. So turn the bolster if you like. Move your hands to the floor if you prefer that. You can pop the arms on top of the chair here. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing with my legs. So the legs are straight. I have the heels down, and I'm just, without, not a visual thing, but I'm pressing the heels away from each other. Inner thighs turn in. Then find a way to soften. So you're opening. And relaxing. That's it. The forehead is resting, hopefully. Let your jaw go. Finding your breath, feeling your breath. Not trying to get anywhere because the chair is not going to let you go any further than this. There's something very secure about that. Let your legs relax if you're doing any of that effort. Okay. And then using your hands in some way to bring yourself up, and just looking with soft eyes. And do the second side. So I'm going to take the left leg back and open the hips. Prop up underneath your knee if you need to. Yeah. And then the same thing. The bolster might be very happy here. So start with the twist. You're just going to turn, bring yourself in. And we come back to those little adjustments of the left hip here. So make yourself comfortable-ish, whatever that is. Maybe it's super comfortable. And then we'll take the left hand and just put the thumb and the index finger right into the hip crease. The palm rests where it rests. And you can massage in here, nice and accessible. You can also press your palm down and away. And that's going to give you maybe something to twist into or become aware of. And lift the left shoulder, not letting it just drape down to the floor. With that connection of the hand, the left hand, the breath, and the softening of your mind. We have the third eye resting, the eyes are soft. And we go to the second part. So I turn the hand now. The fingers are pointing away. Rest the palm on your thigh in the center of the left thigh there. Then just push down and away. And you feel for yourself, oh, is that good? Maybe walk the hand around on a new place. You can breathe and relax something. One more breath here, and that's yours. You can keep doing that. I'm going to come up, soft eyes, and find a deeper twist. So, turn the ribs, turn the belly. Maybe the left hand comes up first, and the right hand can stay on the floor and push down and in. And it can come behind your back if you like that. And you can also just be on the chair, wherever works. just maybe finding little micro movements here that might help you, or things you can let go of. Soft eyes, soft inner gaze. And the secret to a deeper self-love. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys the secret. Here's the secret. It's compassion. That's what it is. You know, all these things we think of ourselves or come up, it's like, be compassionate. You were young, you didn't know anything. You did your best, always doing your best. You probably were living up to somebody else's expectations at some point. And compassionate love here. Dropping in some way a little deeper. Very gently and slowly press yourself up. And turn to the side a little more. You know, adding whatever you need and bolster however you like. And then we're going to come into this side bend once again. You know, the arms can be relaxed. You're going to find their place here. And how can I open? It's almost like thinking of, you know, here we're in the side bend. Can I turn to the sun? If you've ever seen sunflower fields, I know some of you grow them too in your backyard. You don't need to see a whole field, but how they turn to the sun, it's magic. Take one more breath. And then release out of this. And just come back and face your chair for a moment. This felt really good to me, holding on to the rungs and finding out how tall I can sit, the shoulders dropping. And you know, sometimes we do this with a strap around the feet. Okay, as I'm holding onto the chair and lengthening, I'm actually pressing back. I'm actually taking the heart back, the belly back. I feel this length in my feet, spreading the toes. And then softening. Okay, get one more breath. And then release here. Let's just do this. We'll take the hands back. Got nothing here. I'm gonna bend the knees. You know, good old windshield wiper with this chest opening. So as you drop the knees to the right, you turn to the left, pull the left shoulder back, oof, back, and then go back side to side, and you know, this nice chest opening work. Oh, another one. Okay. Good. And then bring yourself forward. We're going to come back to calves resting on the chair. I'm going to keep the bolster here. And the heating pad optional can go behind your back or on your thing here. Just shift yourself close. Okay, so the idea of the bolster is that it's more, you know, the legs are up a little higher. Okay, I feel I need to move this blanket that I'm lying on up so that it's supporting all the good stuff. Okay. And then here we are. All right, so you have your calves resting, feet can be hovering. If you need more support under your hips for your back, you put it there. You know, this is self-care, passionate love 101. You know, if you think back to those times when you're in Shavasana and cold, I don't know why that comes up, but there's that idea of, oh, you know, to take care of yourself. Like, but we've all been there. I've been there. And we're disturbed and feel like you weren't doing the work right. But here's the work. It's just feel this. Let's take our thumbs into these hip creases, give them a little massage. They've had an awakening. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lift the hips again, but this time I'm just going to press the calves down. You're going to flex your feet, push the calves into this bolster till you feel the tail lift. Maybe that's as high as you go. Maybe you go a little higher. Okay, notice when you start to clench your tush. And let that, can you soften the tush? I said that we did that in class the other day, and Hart said, I can't do it. I can never soften the tush. And I said, you know what? It's irrelevant. It's taking your attention there, noticing, oh, do I clench my tush? I'm still up, one more breath. And then I'm going to let the feet relax, the calves relax, and set everything down. All right, keep your right leg where it is. Let's bring the left knee into the chest for a moment. Let's rock it in and out. Cross that ankle over your knee for a moment. And then let's just rock this left knee in and out a few times. It's almost like a little hip crease massage. Good. All right, and then open this left knee as far as it's going to go away from you. Breath. And then release, and we're just going to switch sides. So bring the right knee into your chest and rock and roll a little bit here. And then we'll cross that ankle over the knee. And we'll bring this knee in and out a few times. Right. Okay, so here we are, Shavasana time. This might be the greatest Shavasana ever for you. Or take the bolster out, put the calves down right on the blanket you have there. You can put the bolster under your hips. If you have two heating pads, you can put one under your legs and one under your heating. Set it up nice. So we'll do a soft version of legs up on the wall. Okay, compassionate love, friends. Whatever you need, put it in. Creating optimal Shavasana, like, so it never gets old. What else do I have here? I can use. Okay. Finding a place of letting go, dropping in, resting into your body, feeling what you need. If your knees want to drop out and, almost like soft Baddha Konasana, let that happen. And all that talk about being on the cold floor. So you take your time. If like even you're in it and you're like, well, something's not right, take the time to fix it. The mother tending her baby. That's how you mother yourself. Shavasana. Noticing any place you're still holding. Soften your inner gaze. Choose to stay here. It's beautiful and lovely. Be as you are. As we start to kind of bring our awareness back, start with the hip flexors. Looks like they're melting to the floor, softening. Feeling the breath moving through you. You might even start to dance the breath a little bit. Maybe gentle arching of the back, lifting of the tail. You might even start with just that kind of a very gentle cat-cow movement of the tailbone. Take your arms overhead and lengthen your legs and just feel here. You know, we're in this different position. There's nicer fluid way to come out. Just feel, inviting in diagonal movements. Eventually coming to rest with the knees into the chest and gently rocking yourself like a baby. When you're ready, you'll move onto your side and hang out there for a few breaths, just allowing the body to almost still be in the rest. This place of conscious connection. Body, breath, spirit, all of it. Just coming to sit for a moment or two. You can sit with your back against the chair if that's would feel really good. This idea of feeling supported. When you're ready, friends, joining your hands at your heart or on your heart and bowing your chin to all that you are, all that you bring, all your life experiences, everything we integrate, everything we need to release, and everything needs to be felt. Here's the place, your own little science lab. On your next inhale, lengthen tall, lift your chin, release that breath completely, and we'll seal this practice with one Om. Inhale. Breathe into your hands, health, wealth, abundance, joy, those good things, whatever else you want to add in, and offer that to yourself. Offer it. And offer it out. Beyond, everywhere needs it. And so, yes, and I'm going to take all that and bring it in. So much love and honoring. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy this beautiful unsunny Thursday. See you guys next practice. So much love, everyone. Yes. Thank you.